high.
No.
Whoops! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Get that out of here! Get that out of here! Welcome everybody to the Renegade Realm Podcast, episode 121. Yes. Hey, look. If you're new here and you're asking yourself, "What the hell is this? Who the hell are you? And who the hell is that guy drinking coffee?" I'll tell you. It's a weekly gaming podcast. We go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Dare
We talk
insult
about.
me with coffee?
I didn't say anything about what you were drinking. I said that you were drinking.
Coffee. You said coffee. Don't insult me with that.
Did I say
dirty
coffee?
bean water.
It's something
Yes,
I
you
haven't
did.
had enough of. I just took a drink, and that's why I can't think straight. But yeah, we talk about all things gaming, anything and everything. No platform specific. I'm an Xbox guy. DeMarco's a PC guy. And Assassin is PlayStation only. So, hey, we got the best of all.
I'm an everybody guy.
No, you're not.
Well, perhaps.
I
perhaps.
love. Listen, I love PlayStation. I like the story-driven PlayStation games. I love the Xbox Play Anywhere mentality, and I like having my games on PC because I like the customizability.
I
and
like how you mentioned
well,
the
we
games
don't
on
get-
PlayStation and PC, but you mentioned only a feature from Xbox. You didn't say anything
And it's got a
about their
controller.
Well, because I play Xbox games on PC, so
games. That's
That's
fair.
true.
there you
That's
go.
true.
I like how you didn't say anything about Nintendo either, which, to be fair, yeah, you have a reason.
Oh, fuck Nintendo. Oh,
I
my God.
I haven't. We've talked about. I have not owned a Nintendo console since the Nintendo
SP. Oh.
I have a 3DS that I have a 3DS that that was left behind at a lost and found at one of my old jobs, and there was
you're
a
like,
3-month window where if it's left after 3 months, I think it was 3 months. It might have been a little bit longer, but it was like there's a set time frame, and if it's left in that time frame, you could go in and be like, yoink! And there was a 3DS that was left behind. Nobody claimed it, so I just went yoink. So that's how I got a 3DS.
That's hilarious.
Which I love.
had
that
the
for-
red
it's
one.
I love it. I've been playing Pokemon Pearl on it here and there, which is fun. I have a red one.
Yes, I had like the red shiny one. Well, I guess they're probably all the same red, like a rosy red. Yeah, I love that one. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. As DeMarco coughs, he inhaled his tea. I'm assuming it's tea. I'm assuming it's jasmine tea, if I remember correctly. His favorite tea, right?
No, this is actually my angry tea. It's called Russian Caravan. It's a black tea. It's an angry tea. If you've never had Russian Caravan, it's like, it's smoky. It's weird. It's very weird. And I got it because it was really weird. But I call it because it
love
tastes
that.
like if I was very angry and I made tea. Like I just made my own tea
That's
leaves.
what you
This
would
is
taste
what
like.
it would come out as. It is
Oh,
Russian Caravan. Yeah, if I tasted like tea when I was mad. And
That's
so
wonderful.
I'm mad at my tummy hurts and I'm mad at the government, so I'm drinking my angry tea.
there you go. We're going to talk about all things government here in just a minute. I'm just kidding. Shout out to everyone here in chat. Thank you all so much for being here. Shout out to Barry Donnellan, channel member BT Maverick. He says 40 hours into Silk Song, and it's fantastic. But this game treats you like Ike Turner. Ike Turner? Yeah, and then Tegan, what's up? Says Ike Turner. Don't you mean Tina Turner? I don't know what's happening. I know people are in love with Silk Song. Arcane is here as well. Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Randy Pitchford is keeping me in his basement. He says he wants me to show him a magic trick. Somebody help! Yep, he's gonna say, where does this stick of RAM go? Because I don't know anything about PC. We're gonna talk about that soon. Drake Williams says hi. Thank you so much for being here, man. Really, really appreciate it. And Assassin is here as well. And if anyone is new here in chat and you're just hiding, just say hello. Say hello in chat. We'd love to have you here saying hello each and every week. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Say hi. Say it.
Say hi! Assassin, how are you, man? What have you been into? What have you been playing? Have you eaten anything new that you've never eaten? in a long time, or something just new in general in life?
Nothing. Okay, so I haven't eaten anything new. I'm gonna answer that question real quick. As far as playing anything, I actually have been bouncing in between Hell Is Us, very good game by the way,
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
and Arkham Knight. That's what I was playing as you
Look
hit
at
the
you.
go live button, by the way.
Arkham Knight.
Yep. I'm good.
For-
Me and DeMarco apparently we have a problem. Like we have to play the Arkham trilogy at least once a year.
It's like Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
Yeah. You got to
Yeah,
at least
pretty
just
much,
jump
yeah.
in there and whoop some
I've never
ass.
watched the movies.
What?
It's just so good. It's just so good. And
You
the
know this,
entire
Red.
quadrilogy too.
Wait, hang on. You haven't seen what movies?
The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh
You
my
know
god, I
this.
thought you meant Batman. I mean, Lord of the Rings is a sin, is a cardinal sin, but I thought you were saying you haven't seen Batman movies. I'm like, you fool. Look at my face right now. That's
Bro,
that,
the only
that is
Batman
gonna be-
movie
I'm
I've
gonna leave
not
it there
seen
for
is the
rest of
current.
show.
The only Batman movie I have not seen is Twilight Fairy Princess Batman, the most recent one. I can't get him out of my head. When I look at him as Batman, I don't think about him. I don't look at him as Batman. I think of him as
Oh,
his
you're doing
Twilight
yourself a
character wearing a
disservice.
Batman cosplay. That's all I see.
You're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing
Yeah, I
yourself
know.
a disservice. I'm telling
Yeah,
you now.
yeah,
it,
I
like,
know, I know. I
Hey,
know
as-
what
as
your
a
Matt
opinion is.
Reeves. No, I have an insane level of respect for Matt Reeves. I think he's a fantastic director, and it's really damn good.
Which one? Sorry, I was trying to fix my camera.
Anything by Matt, well, most things by Matt Reeves.
The Batman
I'm not
is, I'm sorry,
Any of
it
his
is
recent stuff.
my favorite Batman movie. And I never thought I'd say that, of course, over The Dark Knight. I think The Dark Knight is incredible, but I just enjoyed it for so many different reasons. The Batman. And I've watched it more times than I have watched The Dark Knight at this point in my life. It feels like I'm watching a
Knight is so
comic
better,
strip. It feels like, because it is very slow, and it just feels like each scene is like a square out of a comic strip. I just cannot get it. I
That's
love
Matt
it so
Reeves,
much.
man. That's just he has such a beautiful level of attention to detail with how he does his camera work and how he frames his shots and
Yeah.
and that's all him.
Got goosebumps.
That's all him. Well, I mean,
What else
not
has he
all,
done?
Right, there's a lot of people that work on a movie, but most notably is the Planet of the Apes reboots, as
Okay.
well as the Batman. Those
Right.
are like the most notable things, in my opinion, and sort of where I became a fan of his stuff.
Planet of the Apes movies are really great. I still haven't seen the last two. I think there's 5 in there. I haven't seen the last 2.
So
4.
4. I haven't seen. So I've
But-
only seen 2 then. Yeah.
okay, let me.
There's
let
a
me just
trilogy,
ask.
and then the newest one is by the director who worked on The Maze Runner, which I was like, uh-oh, but it actually was pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, let me just ask: are there any other movie franchises that you two would consider a cardinal sin if I haven't seen yet?
The Matrix,
Lord of the Rings.
We already covered Lord of the Rings.
Star Wars.
Anything else? Anything else?
Godfather.
Yeah, I can see that one. That
Star
one's like.
Wars, Godfather, Matrix, Lord of the Rings.
Have you seen 300?
I'm not telling you if I've seen it or not.
Okay,
I just want
that's
to know
one
which ones
you'd
to
have
you.
to see. Like that movie, I don't care what anyone says. People can joke about it, like the abs and whatever. That movie, again, speaking of like frames and like a comic book, it's like it's one of the most beautiful movies ever with its
Other than every
cinematography.
part that Zack Snyder worked on.
I mean, if any, I feel like people put him on a pedestal because of 300, and then everything after that, it's very divisive, apparently.
Yeah.
But, it is one of my favorite. It might be my favorite movie of all time, but not because it's like awesome and cool, just because of the delivery of everything. It feels so. It feels like you're watching like a fantasy game or something. Like it's so dramatic and over the top, and I love it. I love it. 300 is one. Yeah.
Okay, so besides all that, anything else?
Trying to think.
DeMarco?
I'd have to go and like look back at all the movies.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
Toy
the
Story,
movies.
perhaps.
Yeah, like that's like a
Okay.
really feel good. let me guess, you haven't seen any of them.
I've only seen Star Wars.
Okay, well, thank y'all so much for being here. We're gonna end the show.
I got them so depressed.
So anyway, DeMarco, what have you been into? What you been playing?
No,
have
it
you
gets
watched
me
anything?
excited because it just means you have a world of opportunity in front of you. What have I been up to? I've been playing some Darkest Dungeon. Like Assassin was playing Arkham Knight before you started. I was taking a look at Darkest Dungeon 2. They have an update. I was saying beforehand. They have. I love that game, but there's an update and it just confuses the crap out of me because there's so many. They made it. They made it a lot more technical, which for people who are massive fans of it probably love. Like, there's so much more specialization, and it makes every role, like, you could have one character, but there's 3 different classes that you could fall into, and they've made it so much more specialized that I think for mega fans, that's super exciting. But for me, who's like, I love it, but to a threshold, right? I really do love it. And then you add on just, here's all this technical stuff for people who want to get very competitive with the builds. And that's when I start to go, okay, all right, I gotta, let me just get out my thing and let me go get a master's degree so I can understand this. It's not actually that complicated, but, you know, I don't get into that level of technicality. And to be fair, you can still, there's basically like a base class that they all start with. And it's a viable strategy. That's meant to be the most flexible. And it's a viable strategy, apparently, to go through the whole game. And even as it gets more difficult, the whole game with just doing those. Which is the most simple to understand. It's like, here, this guy, like, when you attack, this guy will heal for 10%, right? Very simple stuff. But obviously, you're losing out on a lot of buffs. And I feel like you're missing out on some of the cool synergies that you can get between them. So I've been into that. I can't recommend that game enough. Chivalry 2. Been playing a lot of Chivalry 2 or some
It's a
Chivalry
fun
2.
game.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the big one, which it is really fun. And the big one, which is I finished Indiana Jones and the Order of Giants DLC. Actually, there's a review
You
that
got
I
a
put
video
out today.
Mhm.
It's on my channel right now. You can go
In the
watch
description,
it.
please.
The spark notes of it was good. Is it worth $20?
$20. I thought it
really
was like
struggling.
free. I thought it was free.
No, it's
No.
included with the deluxe edition. It's
Oh,
included
and-
with the deluxe
yeah.
edition.
Because I heard it
Come
was
on,
like
which I
2
think
hours.
the
Sony
deluxe
gives free
edition-
DLC.
Well, I thought it was like 2 hours. That's what I heard.
No, it's not that short.
No.
It's not that short.
Okay. $20,
I got
man.
5 hours. I got 5 hours out of it, which you argue, all right, 5 hours of game for $20. You think of like the cost per hour, and it's very fair, right?
100%. That's a metric that
But
I
I
use
don't-
all the time. Yeah, I'm with you.
That
on
sounds
that.
like
Yeah,
Miles
but I don't-
Morales,
I don't
Gears of War Hivebuster DLC type of length. And those are really 2 good experiences for that price.
I haven't played-
It wasn't. It doesn't add anything new. I don't want to give away. Like, go watch the review. I want to incentivize. Go check that out. I will say I gave it a 6 out of 10, which is, for me, 5 is average, right? So you convert it to the IGN scale, that's like a 7 or an 8. I gave it overall a 6 out of 10. I don't think it's worth reinstalling the game for. It's a lot of fun. If you're a mega fan of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, then it's probably worth the money there. I would say for most people, it's probably, like, if you find it on sale or it's, like, only $15, that's probably what I would say it, like, if it were 15, I know that $5 seems so minuscule, but, like, just perception-wise for my brain, I go, no, $15 for that, then I would have been saying, that's a 7 out of 10, right? Like, that price
Yeah.
point would have bumped it up easily.
Yeah. Price is
But
the
you can go
sticker
check
shock.
out the review.
Sticker shock is definitely can really paint a first impression even before you jump into something, right? Like, I always talk about this Shattered Space, $30 as soon as you see $30, you're like, this is gonna be huge. It's gonna be like Shivering Owls. It's gonna be a huge. That shit should have been like maybe $10, maybe like $7, $10. I got like 25 hours of it, but I play differently. But I agree. It was oh, what's up, Web Dave? Thank you so much. I saw all the fire emojis. I'm like, is my chat literally on fire? Thank you so much, Web Dave says, what's up, Assassin DeMarco? Red Wolf, hit the like button. Thank you so much, Dave. Dave, I want to get you on one of these days if this time works for you in your time zone. I think you and I are in the same time
Question.
zone. But yeah, go ahead.
Really quick. Am I stuttering all over the place, or is it just red?
It's you actually that's stuttering, that like randomly.
Okay, I will go fix that.
Okay, great.
I forgot to mention Red
Yeah.
before you go. I completely forgot until I looked down. Me and Arcane have actually been playing Gears of War Reloaded together, like full-on co-op campaign.
Nice, man.
We just beat Act 3.
Is that
like, 2
his
nights
first
ago?
time playing it?
No.
But it's been a long
He's
time.
played. Yeah, it's been a while for him, but yeah.
Okay.
He and I have been playing the campaign together, and I gotta say, his memory for figuring out where all the cog tags are. I can tell he played that game a lot back then. Jesus Christ.
That's
But
awesome,
no,
man.
we've been having a lot of fun.
I've heard it's
And I
a
even
lot
got
more
some
colorful.
clips. It's a bit brighter. They still got that classic art style direction, which I'm glad they didn't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very beginning, like during like the first couple missions in Act 1, he and I both encountered a few bugs that I did manage to record. So he and I have been playing through Discord, so you can only hear what I'm saying, and you can't hear anything but he's saying. But dude, him and I were dying laughing because in the prologue, you know, when Dom is getting Marcus out of prison,
Yeah.
we were trying to get outside so we can get airlifted out. My God, Arcane was stuck. Like, he wasn't stuck in a corner. He was stuck standing up. And walking.
I heard about that. Remember, Holly was telling us about that. There's a glitch where, like, you try to come out of cover and you're just stuck, like, standing up, right?
Yep, you're just
Yep.
stuck. Yeah, he was like that the rest of the prologue. I just stayed behind him and used him as cover.
That's hilarious, man.
He could not do anything, and we were like, dude, how the fuck? How can they screw up a 20-year-old port? How?
It's wild. I mean, I honestly, like, it looked very much just like the Ultimate Edition. The Ultimate Edition kind of looked a little better because it looked more true in its color palette. But I'm glad that you guys are liking it. But I just went and played and beat that with Holly like last year, so it's like fresh in my mind.
You want to know what's weird though?
Yeah,
You want to know what the weirdest thing for me to get used to when playing that game?
Please.
The PlayStation logos or the buttons. It was so weird seeing it in Gears of War. I was like, press
circle to chainsaw. It's
yeah,
fucking
chainsaw,
weird.
press
Yeah.
press square and like press L2. I'm like,
Oh, I
okay,
forgot.
I'm gonna have to relearn that.
Right, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You're on PlayStation. Yeah, that's wild.
It was
thinking
so
about
weird,
that.
but
It's kind
it
of
was
like
so
whenever I
weird.
played Days Gone and Ghost of Tsushima on PC, and I saw X for attack.
I used an Xbox controller.
Y,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what? It just in Spider-Man too. Spider-Man. Whenever I played that a couple years ago, I started it. I had like 5 minutes in that game. I'm like, I'm gonna wait for Xbox. But seeing like right trigger to swing and like X to punch and stuff, I was like, oh god, that's all I need. That's all I need. Honestly, dude, I wish. It would never happen, but like button prompts in games are the thing that throw me off the most whenever I'm playing on a different platform. So it just throws me off. Like I know what triangle is. It's Y. I know that B is circle. It's not what I'm used to. So like when playing God of War or whatever, or Spider-Man or whatever, whenever there's like a button mashing sequence and it's like circle, I'm like A. I just wish that it would never happen. But I would love if there were like an option for PlayStation games where they would like allow you to customize your button prompts and just change it to whatever you want it to look like on screen. Never gonna happen. But that's awesome.
I think the Switch has a feature like that, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember the
Yeah,
Switch has a
that-
feature with The Witcher 3 where B is A on the Xbox and PlayStation, where circle and X is. On the Switch version of The Witcher 2, it allows you to switch A to where B is to make it feel more normal. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome. Is that all you've been into?
Honestly, I think my copy of Shinobi came in earlier in the mail, so I'll probably be downloading that and giving that a shot this week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Shout out to everyone again in chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you can, go on Twitter, share us out. I've tweeted out a tweet. It'd be great if you could repost that. It would help a lot. And don't forget to hit the like button. It's free and it helps tremendously. Shout out again to all the channel members. Thank you guys so much for the support. It's amazing. I see you, Noise Mofo. Thank you for being here. And shout out to RSJ Fan. And I don't think I missed anyone. And anyone who's lurking and not chatting, thank you for being here. You don't have to say hi. I would like for you to say hello in chat. Just say hello. That's all. That's all. That's all we want.
And please share us out if you can.
And that's exactly. I've been playing something that I've beaten. I beat it back in 2016 when it first came out. And I was in that bad place. I was in a very bad place in my life. And I just was pulling a special Nick, and I skipped all the cutscenes and was just... but I beat it, but I have no fucking idea what happened in the game at all. And that game is Final Fantasy 15. Not the most recent one, 15. And I've always said that Final Fantasy 15 was, and still is, my favorite Final Fantasy game. But 7 will never be beaten in terms of the character in the world and the nostalgia. I love it so much. I've always said that Final Fantasy... I'm so excited. Well, and again, I've beaten Final Fantasy 7 Remake on PS4, but again, don't know what the fuck happened. And I don't want to get into details, but again, it was a very similar situation. I just was not in a good place. I was not. It's a whole thing. But I did beat it. But I don't remember anything, and I'm glad. I'm so glad that I don't remember anything about it. And I genuinely mean that. I remember nothing. I remember walking through the streets in the beginning of the game, and I was like, "This isn't in the original." And then I remember. I don't remember hardly anything. It's wild, and I love it. But Final Fantasy 15, I have come to terms with a lot of the world's coming to digital. Or sorry, the world is moving more in the digital direction as far as physical games and your digital libraries and whatever. Physical is sort of petering out. So I was like, you know what? I am going to get Final Fantasy 16. But I feel like I did not give 15 the justice that it deserved. I didn't interact with any of the side missions or like the activities. I really want to give it the love that it really deserves. So I got about 40 hours into the game now and haven't skipped a single cutscene, obviously. And I have not felt this, like, I haven't had a feel-good game like this since Persona 5. Yeah, since Persona 5. It is like my go-to. I have like 2-3 hours left before I need to get ready for bed type game. And I'm like, this is my feel-good game to get cozy, I guess. And I love it so much. Like, again, the reason that I've loved it so much, that I loved it so much before I even whenever I beat it and didn't know what the hell was going on, was the bro aspect of it, was all these friends just like, and you're just going on a road trip with your boys. And it's just so wholesome all the time. And like, it is just, I love it so much. The setting I love so much. It's like a mix. I've always said it's a mix between 7 and 8. And 7 plus 8 is 15. It's feel, because you got the cell phones and you also got like the medieval aspect with kings and queens and whatnot. I love it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I remember a buddy of mine. That's the one where you're just like getting in the car and like driving around a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a boys' road trip. The whole game.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's so good.
I remember a friend of mine who's really into Final Fantasy. He was telling me about it. I don't remember the specifics of the conversation, but for some reason, this conversation, I'm always someone who, like, I have a history of getting uncomfortable with silence. If people aren't talking, like, oh my god, no one's having fun, like nobody's saying anything, so I get like I do bad with that. So,
yep,
this conversation, but he goes, I love it because there's moments where you are driving around and the characters are just sort of looking around and gazing, and they're looking out the window and all that stuff.
Pulling up a book and reading a book, or like looking out the window.
That's very...
Or like Prompto will like turn around in his seat and like look at you, and like you can't hear what he's saying, but it's sort of like made to look like it's being drowned out by the engine noise, where he's like talking to everyone and like moving their arms around and they're interacting with each other, and you're like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's just it's very realistic. Like not every moment is going to be people chat. Like you think the opposite would be, say, Guardians of the Galaxy, where those in that those characters, the movies too, but the game, that they just do not or Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, they just do not stop talking.
Right,
And
exactly.
that's sort of the writers saying, well, we need to fill it in, like more content, but Final Fantasy said, no, this is how normal humans act, and they don't always have something to say, and they're gonna, when they're on this big road trip, like they're gonna do their own thing for a little bit. That's
exactly. It's
and I have a
so
lot of
good.
respect for that.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's the most unique Final Fantasy. It's the most unique Final Fantasy, just in terms of its gameplay loop. With that, like that, it was. I think about it while I'm playing the game all the time. I'm like, who thought of this, and how did it even get like approved? Because it's just so different. It's just such a like, let's have a boys road trip, and you're in a car a lot of the times, and they're like, what the. It's just so random. But shout out to Drake Williams. He says, go watch Kingsglaive. I did. So matter of fact, I'm so into this. I have a full list of everything chronological, because, and DeMarco, you and I are kind of the same on this. I have a list of everything to do in order to make sure I get the full story. So I started off, I watched the Brotherhood. I watched the Brotherhood anime for Final Fantasy 15. Then I played up until the end of Chapter 1 and watched the movie Kingsglaive, because that's when the movie takes place, is after Chapter 1. And then I watched whatever the other, it was like there's like another like 3-minute, 5-minute dream sequence. I can't remember what it's called, but that's another like short movie that takes place whenever Noctis has a nightmare. And then I have it to where I will start the first DLC as soon as Gladio leaves in episode 7. I've got it all mapped out. I got the whole thing all mapped out, so I haven't missed anything, and it has been so good, because like you see what happens with Prompto, and like him being a little fat kid growing up and getting into shape just to be noticed by Noctis, the prince, and he finally does, and he's like, yeah, you're cool, whatever. It's just so anime, it's so dumb, and I love it. I love it. So anyway, I've been playing the shit out of that. Well, I won't keep talking about it, but obviously been playing a lot of Stalker Clear Sky. I'm on Clear Sky, trying to 100% that, get all the achievements. It's pretty much, and Hell Is Us. I've been playing that a lot. I love that game. Got the difficulty tuned to where I want it, and it feels really, really good. It's the vibe and the music and the storytelling. It feels very Kojima-esque. It feels very Kojima-like, just in its delivery, and I love it so much. It's Hell Is Us. It's not a Souls-like. You can adjust everything, all the difficulty with sliders.
It's a Souls-light.
It's a Souls-light, exactly. Like, it's only like Souls in its combat aesthetically, with the locking on and dodging and parrying and stuff. It literally is so, because like whenever you kill enemies, they don't respawn. Whenever you die, you don't lose anything. You actually keep everything whenever you die. It's not a Souls-like, and I'm so glad that I was wrong about that. Yeah, taking a break from it.
Still didn't trust me after all that time.
Yeah, I actually removed it from my list. I was like, I'm not gonna get this. I saw Jamie Moran. He posted. He's like, it's not a Souls-like. It's not a Souls-like. That's my Jamie Moran impression. And I was like, I don't believe you. And now I believe him. So thank you. So anyway, yeah, a lot of awesome stuff and gaming to talk about. And guys, if you're new here, again, please hit the like button. Share us out if you can. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday. This is the Renegade Realm Podcast with me, Red Wolf, DeMarco Dude, yeah, and Assassin. So thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it. All right, let's do this. Let's do this thing. Has anyone played Borderlands 4?
No, because I do not like
Randy Pitchford.
Pitchforks.
I'm even less after today.
Listen, the man is so. I don't.
He's so manly.
Do the story, and then you'll get.
Okay.
I'll step up on my soapbox.
All right, so Borderlands 4 has launched now. Let's just the positives of the game from the consensus that I've gotten is that its tone is back. It feels very similar to Borderlands 2. That's one thing that people are very happy about. I've also heard that the looting aspect of the game is very good. It feels like you're getting something brand new every time, just like Borderlands 2, because apparently in 3 that you picked up a lot
in
of
3
copies.
Did you play 3?
I played a good bit of it. Yeah, I remember picking up a lot of the same types of guns.
It just craps out legendaries like nobody's they're just like spewing out. You get one within the first 5 minutes of the game at one point, and they all feel meaningless. It's just okay. So every common. And what makes it worse is that they had a auto sell. I mean, this is a great feature, don't get me wrong, but it has an auto sell thing, and you could set it by if it's under this rarity, just sell it. And by hour 10 in the game, I had turned that on to say, okay, anything below blue, just get rid of, because you find so many things. And sometimes a blue would be a little bit better than what you have based on, you just got it so much later and you're using a, gold from the beginning of the game, but that shouldn't really be the case. Gold should
Isn't
be
that
gold.
Isn't that the whole appeal of a looter shooter though? Like, yeah, sometimes you want to aim for the epic or legendary weapons, but sometimes the rare or common weapons have some sort of effect that's actually better than what you can get with a legendary.
Listen, I don't play like enough looter shooters like Destiny enough to say anything on that. I can only speak to my personal preference, which is to say I like the idea of a legendary. I feel as though should, at most points in the game, right? If you get a legendary very early on and you bring it to the end boss, okay, probably shouldn't be holding up to par, right? But for a good chunk of the game, I feel as though the legendary should always be a viable option. It might not be the best, right, as far as just pure DPS or if you're just completely metagaming, but it should be viable. Like, you can use that weapon simply because it's fun. That's my own take on it, at least.
Alright then. Well, okay, so regarding Borderlands, I have only played like a good hour of the first Borderlands. It just, I don't know. It didn't necessarily grab me. I feel like Borderlands I feel like Borderlands is more of a franchise that seems like it should be played in co-op. Like, I get that you can do the entire franchise single player, but I don't know. It just feels like to me that I think I should be playing with someone when it comes to Borderlands. Maybe that's why I just didn't get into it at the time.
Yeah, it's definitely it is a better with friends experience. I will say I went through both Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2 by myself. That's how I played both of those games to their entirety. And I love them. Not as much as Arcane's brother apparently, who has 1,500 hours in Borderlands 2. But not that much. But I will say I think they're perfectly viable to play by yourself, and even at times a little bit more atmospheric in certain moments. Borderlands 3 really did a bad job because in 3, one of my biggest complaints actually was in Borderlands 3, you always felt like you were just like in any cutscene, a camera that was watching stuff unfold, and things would be going on, and you're sitting there screaming at the camera going, or at your computer or console, what TV, whatever, going, why aren't I doing anything? Like, why am I just sitting here watching this main character get abducted? And that happens every single scene in Borderlands 3. But in something like Borderlands 2, you are, I feel like, my memory serves me right, you're a bit more involved. Your character is, at least. Or there's some reason why they're momentarily, disabled or something. I don't know. Maybe I just don't remember Borderlands well enough. But Borderlands 4, better story. It blends Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2 well. It's a little bit more of the tone of Borderlands 1, but with the writing quality of Borderlands 2 and the gameplay of Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. Because one thing I will say is just the overall shooting and movement and all that stuff was very good in Borderlands 3. So that was nice to see. I'll check it out later in the year with Assassin, maybe some other friends. I will check out, here's the thing. So Randy Pitchford came out and he's been, the performance for Borderlands 4 has been terrible. Across PC, even on some consoles too, it's not been the greatest. PC players specifically have to make a lot of compromises. And the issue is, this is a 2K game, which 2K is part of Epic. And Epic is the one who makes Unreal Engine. And Unreal Engine is the one that's having a lot of problems. So when the CEO comes out and says, hey, it's not a problem with Unreal Engine, it's a problem with the developers, I go, is it though? Because you can't even get your own, like, proprietary, like, companies within your organization to get a game that works well on PC. So I'm not a big Unreal Engine fan personally, so that so that comes into it. But I shouldn't say I'm not an Unreal fan. I'm not a fan of Unreal Engine when it tries to do the things that it's not made for. Unreal Engine was made for first-person shooters, which I guess Borderlands is, so technically it shouldn't have problems. You see just how much of a mess it, like, it's a mess. So, and then it doesn't help so the performance isn't doing well. People are lowering their specs. They're on high-end rigs. They're using 4,000 series, 3,000 series cards. They're looking at the minimum specs. It's stuttering. It's having performance issues left and right. People are complaining, and then Randy Pitchford is sitting on Twitter like a toddler, saying some of his comments involve, oh, well, just make your own engine because clearly our team is too incompetent to make a good engine. You have him making comments like, well, we think that the minimum specs are viable and we're not getting a lot of support tickets for performance, so therefore it's not really that big of an issue. And then subsequently making comments like, well, if you think it's so bad, just return the game on Steam. You could refund it. And people are going, Randy, whoosh,
Shut up. Please.
Yeah.
And it re-emphasizes why, like, he's making comments that no person in a C-suite should be saying. He's making comments that reflect poorly on Borderlands, and the issue is Borderlands is a good game. A lot of people really like it, but this part of it people don't like, and he is pushing between the real fans will find a way to pay $80 for my game.
Yeah.
Between all of these comments.
God.
All of these comments that's been doing before launch and now after launch. I'm glad that I didn't buy it. I'm glad that I got past the zeitgeist, because that's the hardest time when you're like looking forward to, you know, a lot of people are going to be picking up and you say, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And I will be waiting for a deep sale when all the
patches,
all the patches, all the new vault
Arcane
are added, and I could buy it at that price. Then I'll go out and buy Borderlands 4. But
Yeah,
Randy
I'm with
needs
you.
to just shut the hell up.
And Arcane is saying his brother's a massive fan, and his opinion definitely matters. And I agree with you, Arcane, and DeMarco. I will check out Borderlands some other time. Borderlands games, to me, whenever games have a focus on co-op, to me, they are meant to be played in co-op. And I feel like I don't want to like miss out on that. Like Payday. I'm never gonna play Payday alone. I'm just not gonna play it. Like it's clearly meant and made for co-op. Borderlands games have a very heavy focus on co-op as well. So yeah, I'll wait.
I was just mentioning that earlier.
I still have to beat Borderlands 3, so I'll beat that, and then by the time I get to that, then maybe I'll get to Borderlands 3 and have a group that's like ready to play that's never played it. That's another thing with me. I'm so weird. Like I don't like playing co-op games that have a narrative focus with people that have already beat it. We talked about this so much. I just don't like it. It's like, come on, come over here. I'll show you what you do. I'll show you where to go. Come over here's the next thing. Like, oh,
you need to do it with the right. You need to do it with the right person. Like Holly said it before. Her and I playing Baldur's Gate, and she said it where she goes, I sometimes I forget that you've beaten this game before, because you play with the right person who knows how. And I think this actually comes because of my experience running D&D games. Believe it or not. Yeah, and so running the game specifically, I have all this knowledge that I have to parse when I give to the players, and like, oh, you didn't talk to this NPC, so he doesn't have this information, right? Like all that, those like fine, details. But
Yeah.
my Italian's coming out. You see that? Yeah, moving around. I'm doing the thriller over here. It's getting to spooky season.
Marco, yeah.
But yeah, so when I play that, I'm very good at taking a back seat and going, "Oh my God! Like, what's that thing over there?" Like,
Yeah, I know. Well, in Baldur's Gate is.
I let the other person take the lead too. That's a big.
Sure,
thing.
I
Where
guess
do
I
you
just
want to go.
I feel like even then I'm still like, but you know what I mean? Like I want there to be genuine like confusion and surprise. But I think I'm just living in the past because that like, and I mean the past is in whenever I was like 16 through 22 or something like that, playing co-op games. Day one, playing ODST for the first day one. Everyone gets home. We're all playing ODST for 9 straight hours and beat the game, and it was amazing. That kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll wait for Borderlands 4. But I'm glad to see that the people that love Borderlands are loving it. Namely the console players, because that's like you were saying, that is namely where the issues are at, is on PC. And I see a lot of people having to rely on frame gen and whatnot to even have it run good.
Yeah, that's what he keeps saying too. He's like, just turn on DLSS, just turn on frame gen. It goes, well, no, I paid for hardware, so I didn't have to make those compromises.
Exactly.
Like
exactly.
I upgraded my PC enough to not need to deal with that. So don't tell me I need to deal with that. Just fix your game.
Yeah.
Make your game better. Don't come back at me and say, well, I should just go code an engine. Obviously, I don't know how to code an engine, but you have a team of people who should know how to optimize a game.
He even said, I think it was Arcane that shared it to us. Arcane shared us a tweet where he said, turn off the fog. And that's not even an option in the game. You can't even turn the fog off in the options, apparently. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told. It's like, you don't even know what your options are, Randy! But anyway, so in Assassin, you're going to wait as well? You're going to wait to play it with Arcane and whoever else?
Yeah, so Arcane and I, we talked about it when we played Gears a couple nights ago. We're probably going to wait till probably December, around that time, before we actually jump into Borderlands 4. Just, so all the patches come out. It's gotten on sale at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, fun fact about Borderlands 3, actually. I do have a connection to that game, just not playing it, per se. So, I actually worked at GameStop during the time that Borderlands 3 came out. I was there for the midnight launch that we had at our tiny little store that I worked in. We had about 100 people come, by the way. They brought their Borderlands memorabilia. They had on those masks. Yeah, it was a pretty good time.
Well,
and
it's
yet,
important.
No, but the thing is, as time went on, the next couple weeks, I saw some of those people that were there that launch over the next 2 weeks, and they were returning their copies of Borderlands 3, and I'm like, what the hell?
Could you turn your child down?
She was just saying hi, but yeah.
Okay.
She was about to go to bed, so I just gave her a hug and good night for that.
No, you're fine.
It's important to remember that Borderlands 3 release is an Epic Game Store exclusive, which at least for PC, right? Which a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's gonna be bad for the game. It's gonna be bad for the game," and it had. Stop laughing. This serious conversation.
I swear to God, take this shit seriously. If she laughs one more fucking time and interrupts the show, no, go ahead.
No, it's adorable actually.
Yeah,
but
it is.
Yeah, it's Borderlands 3 on Epic sold incredibly well. I think it set records for the Borderlands franchise, if I'm not mistaken. And that was with its exclusivity as one of like the fastest selling Borderlands games at the time. And now Borderlands 4 actually has that title, I believe. It took it. So
it took it yesterday.
Yeah. So the franchise is massive, and people love it, and they've all wanted a good Borderlands game, but it's unfortunate. All he needed to do was, and I might have been willing to buy the game right now. I'm just saying to myself, I will wait for when the Vault Hunters come out and they're part of a bundle. But I probably would have picked it up sooner if Randy came out and he just said, hey, we're sorry for all the people who bought it on PC, like we put a ton into this game, and we are going to be in the coming weeks doubling down on seeing how can we make more optimizations to fix the performance.
Yeah,
that is all the dude needed to say, instead of talking back to your consumers. And it was like 2 a.m. or something that he was responding to people individually. He was going down like a list of individuals, and you just can't.
So to play devil's advocate about something he said specifically, how he said that it's not the developers, it's the engine itself, or what? Did he say that it was the developers who have issues with Unreal, or is it or did he say that the engine itself?
No, he's said that it's the fans. It's the fans' fault mostly, as far as I know. Unless there's some new comment where he came out and blamed something else.
Okay,
but he's been pointing to fans, saying, "Oh, you just turned down your settings." Like,
all right. So regarding Unreal Engine 5, I will admit, I have been a bit disappointed with that engine this generation. You know, we all saw the tech demos that we saw the tech demos that were shown off at the beginning of the gen. So we thought, oh, games on PS5 and Series X are going to be this good looking. They're going to be this stable, and they're going to perform well, and we're going to get ray tracing, and it's pretty much a fumble bag as to what Unreal Engine 5 game will have an issue. Like with Oblivion Remaster earlier this year, DeMarco, with the stuttering and the screen tearing.
Yep.
You could not play that game because of that. And then we get to Metal Gear Solid Delta. The performance is terrible across the board. Before the Day 1 patch even. Jedi Survivor also had issues.
Another one.
Borderlands right now.
Borderlands 4 is another. Almost every single game.
Almost every single... Okay, but there have been a couple of exceptions. Expedition 33 didn't have that many issues. I'm not saying it didn't have any, but it didn't have game-breaking bugs.
Very different.
I know. Hey. I just said it was an outlier. I'm not saying that... All I'm saying is, if there's one studio that I still have some amount of faith in that can actually optimize Unreal Engine 5, and I talked about it with Arcane, it's the Coalition. Like, if the Coalition screws up Gears E-Day, whether it's performance or something similar, then yeah, Unreal Engine 5 is absolutely the problem. I'm still giving the benefit of the doubt until then. I'm not saying that every Unreal Engine 5 game is dog shit, but yeah.
Yeah,
we should absolutely have a discussion. We should absolutely have a discussion about Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see
or not.
I'd like to see how the engine evolves in the future with UE6 and just see if they, because the thing is, like, if they come out with the Unreal Engine 6 and then it still has the same issues, then I will start buying into it's terrible all the time. Because I feel like the consensus that I've got is that the stuttering is like performance is like it's like a guaranteed every single time, right? It's not like UE engine UE5 has like particle graphical issues all the time or whatever. Like it has it's like the only issue that it has seems to be performance based. So if UE6 comes out and it has the same issues, then I'll be like something's wrong. Something's wrong.
I have a comment somebody left on one of my videos, because I was basically talking about I had made a video about Elder Scrolls, and in that video I stand behind the Creation Engine. I think it is. Listen, I stand behind Creation Engine, and the reason why is because does things very specific to what Bethesda needs it to do. That's not to say Unreal can't do those things, but the creation engine was designed with how Bethesda makes their games in mind. And I think overall, that's a pro amongst many others. I'm not going to get in a conversation right now. I'm happy to debate that, why I stand behind creation engine, but that's a whole separate conversation.
Yeah,
No, I
it
still
does
do
do
too
some.
on some level.
This individual left a comment on one of my videos, and he has he said he has 400 to 500 hours working within creation engine. He is, what does he say? He is a he's not a programmer professionally, but he's done scripting and has a background in programming, but it's not his professional focus. He's worked with Unity from beginning to end with a project, taken a few peeks at Unreal as a hobbyist. I've got something like 400 to 500 hours with creation engine / creation kit. So professionally, he's dealt with QA, occasionally diving into the code itself. So that's this guy's experience. He explained that one of the issues, right? Yes, you have the performance, Red. That's what I'm getting at with the Unreal Engine. That's an issue, but the other part of it is that most developers do not have the experience, the expertise, or the time in order to build the engine and modify it in such a way that's tailored to the game they're trying to make. So what ends up happening is that they use the built-in tools with little to no modifications. So what you get is games that have all the same lighting presets, the same shader presets, the same post-processing, the same sort of animation sets that are available, the same skeletons for characters that are available in the games, right? All of the systems are built more or less the same way because they're modifying it only slightly to tweak it for their needs. And that leads to the other bigger discussion about Unreal Engine, which is something a lot of people have said before, but that's all the games feeling the same. And I think you could actually look to Avowed, also had performance issues, mixed with Oblivion Remastered. And I didn't realize this, but when I was making that video and I was looking at the footage of those two things side by side, I went, holy crap, this is the same game. Right, you have different game mechanics, the way the spell system works, and the firearms and stamina system and all that. You have different mechanics, but you look at them side by side and you go, "This is
Visually, they're the same.
Visually, they're the same, and even when you're like just doing attacks in the game, it feels the same." And that's sort of the bigger issue with Unreal, in my opinion. Outside of the performance is a big one, but that's a major one.
In creation engine has always been way ahead of its time with little things that like didn't. It's like the things that people weren't really paying attention to, like item permanence, like something that creation engine just handles really well in comparison to other games. And if anyone doesn't know what that means, it means essentially like every single item is real in the world. Sorry, I'm saying every single item in the world, but what I mean is the items that you can interact with are actually physically there and interacting and colliding with other assets in the game. So like a potion in the Elder Scrolls, you can literally pick it up in the game and toss it across the room, and then you walk out of that room and you come back 20 hours later and that potion bottle is still laying there where you threw it in the floor. Little stuff like that.
Yeah,
really
one of my
ahead of its
favorite
time.
things. It's so subtle, but like it helps with some of the role playing too, which I know probably some people don't do it as much as I do. But one thing I love doing if I'm playing just sort of a good hero character in Skyrim, after the fight at the tower in Whiterun, right? The first dragon comes in and attacks. Those guards inevitably die. Those Whiterun guards, at least one of them will. And what I always like to do if I'm playing just sort of a generic hero character is I take the shield from the guard and I bring it back to Whiterun, and then I will lay it against the fountain in the center of Whiterun and just sort of put it there like as a memorial of sorts for the guard. Yeah. And that shield, now I have a character who's level 47. I have, I don't know, 60 hours into this playthrough. That shield is still there. Given it falls over from time, I enter into Whiterun and it's like on the ground, But it's like,
Yeah.
okay, the wind blew it over, and I gotta pick it back like something silly.
That's your head canon.
But
Yeah.
that shield is still there.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, that's just super, super cool. I know it's such a little detail, but that's part of the things that make my playthrough feel special, right? That makes it feel
Right.
like my character. And then I play a thief character, and I'm not doing that. Like, the thief character, I'm looting the guards till they're naked, and then I'm running around and selling their stuff off.
Yep. Exactly.
Why do I get the feeling that DeMarco would be the type of guy to use the Hearthfire DLC? He establishes Lakeview Manor. He steals the clothes and equipment of everyone who's ever, like, meant something to him, and he just displays it in, like, a museum. Like, all 3 sides of the house are just mannequins.
It's something
Oh,
about
if
it.
I was
It's
playing- if I
incredible.
was playing a
Clothes
thief-
and shit.
If I was playing a thief character, 100%, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
I can see him doing that. That's the thing. Yeah.
Shout out to Brew Our Hood. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad. I was actually thinking about you. I was like, where? I used to see Brew Hood in the chat all the time, but thank you so much. He's also a channel member, so thank you for the support as well. Dropped a $20 super chat. Thank you so much for doing that, man. Really, really generous of you. He says, what it do? Stopping by and dropping dimes. Catch the replay in the AM. Much motherfucking love. Much motherfucking clown love to the ninjas. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Here, I'll give you a little sound bite. Give you a little sound bite. Here, let's do this one.
Wow, wow, wiggle wobble, wazzy waddle doo.
Haven't heard that one in a long time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Buy a Zora, buy a Zora, buy a Zora. Fuck you.
There we go.
That timing.
No, thank you. Really appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, please hit the like button. It's free. It helps. It's all we ask is hitting the like button because YouTube streets be rough out here. Because apparently I'm only allowed to make Starfield videos. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Let's jump into the next thing here. Very exciting news.
Algorithm is painful.
It's so bad, man. It's just, but you know what? Doing something is better than nothing, and that's what I've been telling myself lately. Like I am so happy to see you just randomly drop a review about an Indiana Jones DLC. I was like, fuck this guy. It's inspiring because it's like I'm not gonna put out a review of like some random I'm not gonna drop is Final Fantasy 15 worth playing in 2025? I should. But like I'm not gonna drop it because I think it's gonna get 1 million views. I'm doing it because I want to, because I feel like I'm making the channel healthier, you know. So if you're a content creator, just do something.
You do 2 things of what you channel like Starfield. You do 2 Starfield things, and then you do 1 something else.
It's exactly yeah. And that's why I had those 2 Starfield. I have more Starfield videos coming. I'm working on.
I mean, that's
2
what
actually.
Maximilian dude does.
Yeah,
Like, he talks about fighting games like 3 times, and then he talks about something else.
Exactly, and it's the only way to make the algorithm see that you're branching out in some way. Because if you just try to just focus on one thing, like my Stalker videos did really well for a little while, and then everyone got their hands on Stalker and everything ended. So I don't know what the hell that was about as far as the algorithm, but it was working for whatever reason. But I do have 2 Stalker videos coming and 2 Starfield videos coming, a Stalker video, and one other one that I'm not quite ready to talk about yet. But yeah.
I'm going to interject. I know you have another story to go into, but I'm going to interject with a really quick one, which is super exciting. Dispatch. Do you guys remember Dispatch?
The PlayStation
this is the
5
anime?
exclusive action hero game?
Is it PlayStation 5?
It's
No,
PlayStation, it's PS5 and PC. Exclusively, not on Xbox.
Huh. Well, maybe. Dispatch is coming. They just got a release date. It is October 22nd. I think it's October 22nd. And it's a really cool game. There's a demo that's available to play, at least on Steam. And you get to kind of get a feel for the game and its the mechanics. It's a Telltale style made by the folks who did The Wolf Among Us and Tales from the Borderlands and The Walking Dead. And they have come together to take Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad or BoJack Horseman, wherever you want to know him from. He comes in as a former superhero who lost a fight, and he was Mecha Man, I think was his name. Giant fighting suit, got destroyed. Now he's working dispatching other superheroes around, and you have to take on that role of sending different heroes, the D team of heroes, to all different places to try to match them up with the types of things that would work best for them. So like there's a fire going on, you got to choose a hero to send out there. And then you also get that like choice and consequence style, choose your own dialogue, you know, Telltale formula. Seems super fun, has pretty good humor in it in my opinion, cool characters, great cast that's involved in this. So that's coming out October 22nd. Please check that out because I'm very excited.
Okay, I didn't realize it was coming out that soon. I didn't watch the trailer because I'm like, I love Invincible. Obviously, I saw like a couple screenshots. Is it adult, like rated R, or is it like more?
I mean, there's plenty of
swearing. Like
Invincible? It's plenty. I don't think it's not as bloody as Invincible. But, you know, it's a bit more PG.
It probably just has mature themes
Visually, but it's a lot more tonally. It's more mature.
Okay, is it rated M? I guess is the question.
Don't know.
I just played the demo, and the demo was fun, and I liked it. I didn't look at the rating.
Did you guys ever play Black Sad, where you play as a black cat detective?
No, but I've seen it.
It wasn't great.
Mature content description. They describe the developers describe the content like this: mature language, cartoon violence, some nudity, and tobacco and drug usage, rated R type stuff.
So it's like toned down The Boys. Well, nothing can be compared to The Boys. It's like toned down Invincible. Okay. Yeah, it sounds really interesting, man. I love that kind of stuff, and the more narrative focused games that have interesting plots and what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting characters and settings. I'm really interested in that. And it sounds like there's a lot of like different things that could take place with different heroes depending on where you send them and who takes on
they like it's kind of neat because sometimes there'll be like buddy missions and you have to send 2 of them out. And you have to manage who gets sent where because they're going to go out and then they come back and they want to take a break for a while. So you're like, okay, that hero's not available, but I have this event that I need to send someone to that's going to expire. So you have to send somebody there, but they might go on buddy events and then they sort of grow and get better. They get synergy with one another. So now when you pair them up in the future, they're a little bit better as partners. So there's a lot of like kind of small mechanics, and that's just one part of the game. And then the other part is, of course, your Telltale choice and consequence, dialogue choices, stuff like that.
I love that.
It's really cool. And the art style is really, really great.
So speaking of TV shows, we have to talk about this, and we will talk about it. Well, we're gonna talk about what the things that we're gonna. Okay, The Witcher season 4 trailer dropped. Okay, this actually wasn't even on my list of topics, but I did want to talk about it. F it, we don't have a lot to talk about this week other than this, and we'll talk about Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake next. So if you're waiting for that, we will talk about that next. But we're not going to get into anything touchy. I just want to talk about. Everyone saw the season. DeMarco, I know that you saw the trailer with. I'm not even going to call him Geralt. With Liam Neeson. Yes,
he is
with John Geralt.
John Geralt.
It's
John
just
Rivia.
not fair.
Yeah. Now the thing is, I love. Every actor has performances that they're just doing their job. They're not out here to like emulate, which sometimes I would argue that they probably should emulate if they're being recast the previous actor's performance, because if it works and it's not broken, don't try to fix it. But right off the bat, the season teaser for The Witcher 4 TV show, The Witcher TV show season 4 with Liam Hemsworth, and right off the bat, he's like, "Get back! It's a ghost." And I'm like, "You didn't even fucking try to do the voice of Geralt. The body language is off. Everything about it is off." And look, Liam Hemsworth, you're doing your job, and you're a great actor, man. Like Henry Cavill nailed like the woodenness of Geralt so much. He is so just like every time he says something, he's not moving. He's not like what's the word, DeMarco? Where he's not like using his body like you're Italian, right? Like he's not like
He's
very
not animated.
He's not like animated. He's not like using his hands and moving his head and using his body and doing this kind of stuff. And immediately I could tell that Liam Hemsworth is just being Liam Hemsworth, which is fine as Geralt of Rivia. But that's not Geralt. He is a wooden character. Every time Geralt moves or does anything, it's very intentional. Even like in the fight scenes, he's not like jumping around and doing backflips and rolling around for no reason. Like, he is very deliberate in everything that he does, and that's what makes him just like a perfect stoic character that he is. It's what makes Geralt just Geralt, right? And to me, is seeing Liam Hemsworth immediately, and again, it's not fair. We haven't seen enough of it, but his delivery whenever I heard him speak and the way he took out a sword and moved back, it was very animated and very just. It's like we're just. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing.
I think you could make an argument that. You could make an argument that maybe he would play a good younger Geralt.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
You know, and maybe at that point, like where Geralt is, he became like by the time he gets to The Witcher 3, you sort of, and he's like even if you played The Witcher 1, that is how he still is, which that's when he is younger. He's still very wooden, but I don't know enough of Liam Hemsworth's work to be honest to say if that he's just kind of acting like himself. Or to say if that's the directors are saying, no, do a little bit more, like move a bit more, right? I don't know if that's maybe the direction that he's getting. What I do know is it's an impossible pair of shoes to fill.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I feel really bad for the guy. And the issue is we know the reason why Liam Hemsworth is there now is because Henry Cavill got in a disagreement, and I think, Red, you said this before, it was literally in his contract that they needed to stick to the material.
Yep.
And the show didn't do that, and honestly, I hate the show. I think it's terrible. I think it's absolutely terrible.
Yep.
And he left for that reason. So they got someone who was going to be more amicable to the direction the writers wanted to go in. It can't be done. It can't be done. And maybe if Liam Hemsworth was the first choice and we never saw, like, just say hypothetically Henry Cavill was not cast and he wasn't a fan of The Witcher, right? Just take Henry Cavill out the picture, like he never existed.
Yep.
Liam Hemsworth was the first one to come in. Probably would be good, but there's already a bar that's up here.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
you're not clearing it. Nobody can. And that's no disrespect to Liam. It's just a testament to how perfectly cast Cavill was.
I think The Rock could.
Stop.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. I just, you nailed it perfectly. Like, it isn't fair to compare. Like I was talking about, don't compare anything. It's comparison is the thief of joy and all that, whatever. But it is true.
But please compare
it.
Yeah.
But I will. No. And obviously, just wherever, like every time that they like bring in a new character, I'm like, cool, I can't wait to see. And like immediately you can just tell, like, Lawrence Fishburne getting cast as Regis. Knowing the books, knowing the character from the games, and especially knowing the delivery of Lawrence Fishburne from John Wick, from The Matrix, from everything that he's ever been in, he is not going to nail Regis. It is like, it's just not the character at all. Like, what they did in The Witcher 3 was 100% that character. And the thing is, I could have, if I hadn't, I'm trying to figure out how to say this, like, without, to like explain myself. Reading the books and then seeing Regis, I was like, oh my god, it's Regis. And then he started talking and how he was speaking.
It's exactly what I pictured.
It's literally
when he's in the game. Yeah, it is exactly how
100%.
Maybe like a little different. Okay, there's like 15% difference, right? Let's give a margin of error there, but
right. Yeah. It's just like, you know, like whenever, especially actors, incredible actors like Lawrence Fishburne, like you're like, you know what they're about. And a lot of these actors get typecast in roles that they're perfect for. Like, he's perfect for Morpheus. He's perfect for the King in John Wick. There's like my two examples that I always go to because I love those movies. but you already know that he's not gonna be like slightly cocky and whimsical at times, and being not cocky, backhanded, sort of like with his comments, the way that he talks to Dandelion and how he talks to Geralt and how he like corrects people very politely, but he's like not. What is it?
He's basically one of the only people that like really talks back to Geralt.
Right, exactly,
Like,
because
other
he's
characters
older
do.
and he's smarter.
Yennefer does. But
Yes,
in a,
yes.
when it's a I don't know, I think it's just like a guy to a guy thing. The way he says it to Geralt is
Yennefer
It's
does,
not-
but they always end up banging afterwards.
yeah, Yennefer does, but it's a lot more of I don't know how to explain it. It's just a lot more of a sarcastic, just sort of a pompous.
like-
It's more
sort of like
pompous.
pomp-
It's delivered
yeah.
more pompous.
She's like more petulant than
Ye-
like actually like scolding him. It's more just like, I'm an angry teenager and I'm gonna scold you, but I love you, and you're like, it's kind of weird how it works, but it works. I don't know why.
But
It's like
Regis-
they're
Regis
dynamic.
is like,
Yeah.
are you just stupid?
Yeah, literally. Like I love. I always
plain
talk
out
about the.
dumb.
I always talk about the scene where Dandelion, they're traveling, and Dandelion is like just constantly just battering Regis with questions, and Regis is like very politely like, well, you know, there's things that we, you know, sometimes we shouldn't be curious about, and whatever. And Dandelion's like, well, what about? And Geralt's like, he's kindly telling you to shut the fuck up. Like, and he's like, shut up. He's like, he's not gonna tell you that because Geralt knows he's polite in his own way, but like, he's like, Dandelion, shut the fuck up. But anyway, look, I love The Witcher. I got the medallion and everything. I love it so much, and I don't know, man. Assassin, did you watch any of the TV show? You haven't even played the games.
I have not. I haven't even gotten fully deep into Witcher 3. See, the thing is, with games like The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, Mass Effect, Elden Ring, like all those games, they take so much time to invest in the world. It just, with all the games that are coming out nowadays, I picked the worst time to try and play as many franchises as I could, because I'm trying to expand my horizons while also trying to find which genres, which franchises, which games fit with me. Like, if you had told me like 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago, that I would be playing Resident Evil, Final Fantasy, Persona, as well as Elder Scrolls and Call of Duty, like, I wouldn't have believed you. But regarding The Witcher, I have not seen any of The Witcher TV show at all. I have not seen season 1, 2, or 3.
Don't.
I'm not going to now. All I'm gonna say, I saw that teaser trailer for The Witcher 4 because I was curious, and I'm not a big Witcher fan at all. But even I was pissed off at what I saw. I was like, dude, from the clips that I've seen of Henry just being Geralt, he does a good job. And I haven't seen that many clips, but from what I have seen, he looks like he's a pretty good fit. But when I saw Liam,
Yeah.
I was like, why is Liam Hemsworth cosplaying as Geralt of Rivia?
It's like he's
Like,
cosplaying
what the
as
fuck?
Henry Cavill as as Geralt. It's
Like, what is
just-
this
yeah.
theme of Henry Cavill getting kicked out of things that he's passionate about, and then whoever comes in afterwards just sucks? Like,
Because
I'm
he gets-
like
he gets
okay,
he gets well cast, and he's a good actor is the thing, but he's also difficult. Like he said it himself, he's difficult to work with.
Yeah. Because he's
Oh,
tied
well,
to the
that makes
material. Yeah, he's like correcting.
yeah, because he's
constantly correcting.
passionate about it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, and it comes from a good place. You know, it comes from a really good place. But the thing is, and I saw this when I was watching behind the scenes. So, Peacemaker, the show Peacemaker, James Gunn does a podcast following each episode of Peacemaker. And one interesting thing that came up is that a lot of when you work with certain directors, people come in and they say they want to tell the director how to do certain things, because a lot of actors want to direct something, right? For a lot of actors, that's their goal, is I want to direct a thing. So they come in thinking they know more, feeling like they know more. But he was saying, and this was I believe it was coming from the actor who plays Peacemaker's dad, was saying this in the show. And he was saying, he goes, no, when James Gunn sort of, when he gives direction, you just sort of go, no, he knows what he's doing because he has demonstrated in the past from having worked with him in the past too, but he's demonstrated that he kind of has this whole vision in mind, and he sees the whole picture, and you're just a part of that, and so you work within his bounds. But it's not uncommon for an actor to be trying to say how things should be done.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of directors, surprise, don't like that, and so it can get on a lot of nerves very quickly.
Yeah.
Isn't that why Fallout works pretty well? Because Jonathan Nolan himself said that he's a very big fan of Fallout, and he constantly kept Todd in the loop on how he wanted that TV show to go.
Red, you have a guest in the chat.
I see that. Claptrap himself says, "Hello, recruits. Thank you so much for being here, Claptrap. I really appreciate you." Thank you, sincerely. I wonder if that's Randy. You think that's Randy?
Claptrap, who's your favorite member of the Crimson Raiders, and why? The internet wants to know.
We'll wait. Yeah. As your general, it is my duty to have your back, so I am far behind you, recruit, and you can fight for my honor and glory. That's great. I love that. I love that.
Other than you,
me.
That's not a fair answer. I know it's you. You're my favorite member too, Claptrap. But outside of you,
it's a fair answer. Oh yeah, thank you so much for being here. And shout out to everyone in chat. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. If you're new here, this is the Renegade Realm podcast, weekly podcast every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hey, gaming. Let's talk about it.
BT Maverick. Yeah, he pointed out Henry Cavill
that
is
is a
in
fair
Warhammer.
Claptrap answer.
Yeah, and if Warhammer, we'll see. I don't have enough ties, but if Henry Cavill's in it, I will watch it. And imagining Henry Cavill as a 8'7" fucking super soldier in armor, yes. I'm just gonna assume that he's a space marine, right? Or is that 40K? I don't know which one he's in.
I think he's doing 40K. I don't think Space Marines has a TV show announcement.
So he's not doing so 40K
doing
is
40K.
Space Marine.
He's doing 40K.
Okay, so it's Space Marine.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's the 40K universe, right? I don't know. There's that lore is so. You talk about. That's one lore.
Don't worry.
Don't
worry. Henry will explain the lore to us as he narrates in the pilot. You already know it's gonna happen.
There you go. Claptrap says, I defeated Handsome Jack and these crazy twins all on my own, and now I lead the new recruits to defeat the Timekeeper. Are you winning, son? Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah, are you winning, son? Claptrap, how's that fight against the Timekeeper going?
Let's talk about the fight against Ubisoft.
I got hold on. I got a small thing. It's not going to take more than 5 minutes. I just want to point out how stupid Microsoft is, like I usually do. So, Microsoft has announced they have announced a $30 billion investment in AI in the UK, alongside Nvidia and OpenAI. This comes after the $3.2 billion investment into AI in the UK that they did last year. So, yeah. Lovely time to be creative, isn't it, fellas?
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's more applications based and not creative interference.
Nope, it's creative.
It's creative.
It's
great.
creative.
Well,
It's always creative.
It's already been stated that Microsoft. This comes from Assassin shared a video on Twitter today, which was very interesting. But they said that Xbox Xbox under Microsoft needs to be using AI % of the time, which means it needs to be in daily usage in some capacity. They get performance reviews based on how they're using AI and how effectively they're using it. That's part of their performance reviews. And it has been confirmed even before this video, but it was confirmed that people working at Microsoft were training and working with AI models and sort of developing them, because build personas with them and that sort of thing, in order to fire the staff. So they basically were training the AI to replace them, and that affects writing departments, that affects art departments, that affects a widespread
Programming,
number of
sound design.
programming. That affects a wide number of people in the gaming industry, and as a result, that's part of why we're seeing the massive layoffs. And I can tell you what you're gonna get. What you're gonna get is, you're gonna get a bunch of kind of people are gonna start recognizing it. It's not gonna be that great because AI is not that great. It's not even real AI. So you're gonna kind of start getting a bunch of slop. Yeah, you're gonna kind of get a bunch of slop, and people will see through not all of it, right? Not all of it, but people will see through some of it depending on how much it's used. And the studios that are going to flourish is something like Owlcat Games working on The Expanse. I'm sure they're using AI, but I want to believe that they're not using it for writing portions. Something like The Expanse by Owlcat, or the studio working on Exodus. His name's slipping my mind at the moment.
Archetype Entertainment.
Archetype, thank you. Archetype Entertainment working on Exodus. Like, I'm sure they're using AI for certain things, maybe for art generation and concepting and stuff like that, but at least for the writing. The writing is where you're going to notice it the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get tons of Dragon Age the Veilguards.
Sorry, that just like, oh my god, that made me, that like hurt my butthole, like my anus prolapsed, or in, whatever. Thank you, Jonas says.
Thanks for
Space
making
Marine.
me depressed, Assassin.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hey.
Jonas says Space
All the more
Marines
reason
are
to
the
support
blue
indies.
dudes in 4K. Yes,
That's true. That's true.
yes.
But
Good.
they're actually, I mean, in some level, they're actually using it the most, but they're probably just using it more responsibly. They're using it the most because they don't have the resources to kind of.
So how are you guys gonna feel when Todd Howard walks on stage at on not E3 2029 or something like that? We're finally showing the Elder Scrolls 6, and then when you take a look at it, it's just, you can see it's just blatant AI.
Elder Scrolls 6 is coming in 2027.
That I don't know about that, Chief.
I believe it.
I don't think so. I think it would be no.
I may delayed,
no.
possibly delayed to 2028, but the intended time.
Yeah, I think announced in 2027, hopefully released in the same year, but
announced in 2029, and then comes out in 2031. That's how Bethesda's going to be. Anyway,
Fuzzy
so
Tomato,
Todd Howard himself comes out and says, "Let me introduce you to my AI."
Marco would be mad. We would all be mad.
No, I'm saying at the very end of the
it.
presentation. At the very end of the presentation, he looks straight in the camera, right into DeMarco's eyes, and says, "Let me introduce you to my successor." And a fucking AI robot of Todd Howard comes out.
Oh my god! And he's like, "It just works.
It just works.
It just works."
It
and
mostly
everyone's
works.
like, "Yeah." Anyway, let's move on from this. I don't want to feel sad. Fuzzy Tomato. Fuzzy Tomato says that's literally every tech company now. It's true. I don't think you guys know how AI actually is being used. Well, that's sort of what I was saying, Fuzzy. Like, I'm hoping that it is more like systems based, like application based, instead of creative based, because AI. We're going to call it AI for what it is: procedural generation and suggestive learning. Which means that AI, quote AI,
Virtual intelligence.
Right. It's the way the AI, it's not AI, but what it is, it's taking everything that already exists and it's sort of generating things that already exist in its own image based off of whatever you ask it to do, right? And so for years we've seen procedural generation. Bethesda, namely, has used procedural generation to sort of lay the foundation for their worlds, to get it set up to then mold into whatever it needs to be. And they sort of just, it's like throwing out like a big pile of Play-Doh, right? You start a big, and you smash it down, you get it this big nice flat surface, a little bit of lumps here and there, and then you go, you know what? Now I'm gonna cut this piece off, I'm gonna shape this little piece here, I'm gonna turn this way, and eventually you have the map of Morrowind or Skyrim or whatever. In those ways, I would think that AI could be very useful, but the time that it takes to make video games versus the amount of money that it takes to make video games nowadays, if the money is handled very irresponsibly, like we've seen with Ubisoft and Microsoft and Sony and everyone else, I would think that that would be a good application for a quote AI or suggestive learning or whatever you want to call it, just to sort of set a foundation to help offload the workload from the developers that actually make the games that we love. So, and that's my opinion.
It should be
I don't
part
ever
of-
want
part
it
of
to replace it.
Not a replacement.
Exactly.
Part of the issue too is it's like having an intern, and so you still need to go through and verify. So does it save you time overall? Yeah, probably. But it also adds a different type of work that you now have to sift through and filter through and make sure that it's of some level of quality. You know, as someone who basically I have to use it every day as part of my job, and I hate it. But it just doesn't make quality. It makes stuff.
Right. Bushido says, this is how Skynet started. Hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Bushido. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, and Fuzzy Tomato says, it can help write code and stuff. It has nothing to do with procedural generation. Well, the issue is, not the issue, but the fact is that if you think about it in the same sense as procedural generation, the AI, procedural generation and writing code made by AI, it still has to be touched up by hand, by human hand. It has to be molded in a certain way after it's thrown out there. AI is
Otherwise,
just
you
going to write
get
an
empty,
entire
barren wastelands.
Right. You're not right. Yeah, exactly. You're not going to just allow a AI to code something and say it's done. You have to look into it. You have to adjust things. And it's the same thing with procedural generation. It's not the same thing, but in terms of having hands-on with that kind of technology, AI versus human, right? Those two things I don't think are ever going to be exclusive to one another. You know, we're never going to have a software system where it just says make a game. It just does everything, and then you don't have to check up on it. You can just say release it. It's never going to happen. Not in our lifetime. King Styles, what's up, man? It's good evening, gentlemen. He didn't say gentleman, but I'm saying gentleman because he's British. I'm pretty sure he's British. I don't know. Thank you for being here. But yeah, good discussion on depressing things. Let's talk about even more depressing things. So, hey, Assassin's Creed fans out there, this is great. This is great news. So we got some more details on Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is everyone's favorite Assassin's Creed. I would assume. Is that your favorite Assassin's Creed, Marco?
I never played it. I stopped at 3.
Well, good God.
You almost hit a gold mine, man.
I liked 3 a lot. That was my gold.
It is still my favorite Assassin's Creed story. It is. I love it so much. I've beat that game 3 times. 3, yeah, I love 3. And everyone's like, the beginning is so slow. I love the beginning, how slow it is, where you're younger and you get older and fuck, it's a Pocahontas story, but you're a big, giant, badass Indian man, and it's amazing. I love it. I love Connor.
American.
Native American. Oh, I'm not allowed to say it anymore. Look, you know how I'm sitting right now? I'm sitting Indian style. I'm not allowed to say that. I'm sitting cross-legged. Is that fucking okay? Anyway, sorry.
I mean, I'm a quarter Native American, so yes, I am allowed to say it.
Me too. Cherokee.
I'm only kidding, Red.
Oh, well, fuck me. All right. Anyway, so
I got the deeds if you need it.
the deeds, the Native American deed. Anyway, okay. Jacob Tupa, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. He says, never played Black Flag? Sacrilege. In my opinion, Black Flag is the best of the old-style AC games. Yeah, 100%. It's really, really great. That combat that everyone loved, well, sorry to tell you, but I have to press a button, otherwise my console will turn off. All right. Bad news about everyone's beloved combat system from Black Flag is that they are... Let me just read this.
I got the details.
I got it too, and we'll go one by one. All right. The hidden one on Twitter says we got new Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake information. The remake removes the modern day and replaces them with more content in Edward's pirate era. A few extra hours compared to the original. Great news. Great news. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, I am like, oh my God, somebody could check. I have like 40 plus hours in that, Not once has there been a modern day anything. Not once. And it's great.
Honestly,
That's all that I've like. I don't mind it. Like they've been deviating farther and farther away because people are like, I think with what they did with Desmond in the trilogy, I was really digging it. I was like, oh, because they're gonna eventually build up to like a modern day Assassin's Creed game, and they never did that. We got Watch Dogs instead, which was great.
You know, that was the plan.
What?
That was actually the plan.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then yeah.
They went with Watch
As
Dogs.
soon as Assassin's Creed Brotherhood finished development, after Assassin's Creed Revelations, they were going to focus entirely on Desmond. But apparently, some of the creative decisions at Ubisoft like overruled them, so they were forced to kill off Desmond.
I was gonna say,
At
and
the
then
end
they're
of
like, just end it. Yeah. It's just
Yeah, I was like,
ridiculous.
dude, why? Why?
Yeah, because I was getting really excited for the idea of a modern day Assassin's Creed game, like maybe set in like more of like a I don't know if you guys have ever played Homefront games, like Homefront Revolution, where it's like kind of it is post-apocalyptic, but there's not really an application, a use case for vehicles in that game, and that would have worked really well for a modern day military sort of like post-apocalyptic-ish, not like nuclear apocalypse, but like military apocalypse. There's a word for it. I'm so bad with words. I love it. That would have worked really well. But anyway, so they've removed that entirely, and that makes me really happy because I've lost my screenshot. Because people
Well, let's face
weren't
it.
really
After
digging
3, no one cared.
Yeah, exactly.
After Desmond died, no one cared.
I actually liked it in Black Flag. I did. I actually liked it in Black Flag, walking around the office with your little notepad and stuff. It was really cool. It was the story stuff that didn't really do it for me. Like, I liked walking around the office and looking at, like, the action figures and, like, the little posters of other Assassin's Creed games in the Abstergo office. It was really cool. That was actually really cool. Like, I actually didn't mind that at all. But it's because they kept taking you out of it that you lost your immersion and you remember that you're playing like a video game in a video game. But to me, that's great. That's great news. Let me see. Drake Williams, they did my Desmond dirty. They did.
Now the next point is what a lot of people in the Assassin's Creed community right now
All right. Yep. So
are very
this is,
curious about.
Yeah, and this is the big shitter. This is what everyone's pissed off about. Now, I'm not a. Let me just tell you guys what it is. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake, I don't know why I said it like that, gameplay will shift closer to the RPG style of the newer Assassin's Creed games. Okay? This is loot and gear stats, inventory systems, combat leading more towards the RPG style rather than the choreographed combat from the original, which is where you press the B button and you're countering and you hit X to kill or A to throw or Y to use a tool. They are moving 100, and this is one of the things that I was actually afraid of. They are 100% moving away from that and just doing straight up the RPG style from what's Odyssey, Valhalla,
Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, Mirage, Shadows.
And the thing
all the
is,
recent ones.
the only reason that I think my brain was like, damn it, man, I kind of wanted to see like a really like imagine, you know, Metal Gear Solid 3 2005 compared to Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake, like that kind of, like, I want to see that level but like with that same combat style. And then you play Assassin's Creed Shadows, and Assassin, I don't know how far you are in that game or if you have tried it yet. The combat,
I think I'm halfway through it.
And you can agree the combat is the best that it's ever been in any Assassin's Creed game since. And I'm trying to picture a parry system
really.
with Edward. Dude, it's better than Ghost of Tsushima. I don't care what anyone says. It's incredible. It's why
I know you have an intense hatred for PlayStation games, but
it's incredible.
Shadows is absolutely not the worst gameplay in the series, but it's far from the best. Like the AC3,
it's the best.
AC4, and Rogue era, the colonial era, that was the best comp.
Well, yeah, but okay, listen, I'm talking about you can't compare those two. They're completely different. I'm talking about the combat that has improved since they have changed the format. Like With
They're
Origins,
from the same franchise, Red. Why can't
with
I? Why am I not?
because they're
why am I
completely
not allowed
different
to
styles
change
of combat. Completely different. Origins went with a Dark Souls-like approach. They went with the fucking right bumper and right trigger for attacks, locking onto enemies and dodging around. I was like, oh my god, what are we doing? And then they slowly started coming away from that, right? Odyssey was much more action-oriented. You don't have to lock on. You were fighting hordes of dudes, Spartan kicking dudes across the world. It was amazing. And then Valhalla was like, we're going to do you one better. We're going to be more like The Witcher in this. And they finally have started to find their formula with it. I love the instant kill Assassin's Creed games. It gives you this power fantasy that you don't get anywhere else. Like it's very much like the Arkham games. It's very like you hit Y, you counter, and now what are you gonna do? Make that split-second decision. Are you gonna throw him? Are you gonna punch him? Are you gonna toss him? Are you gonna kick him? Are you gonna lick him? Are you gonna kiss him? What are you gonna do? That's what I mean. So the instant win button, as we'll just call it, I love, and I would have loved that to come back in Black Flag, but I'm not as upset with the RPG mechanics, because even in the original Black Flag, you have armor that gives you better armor stats. You have weapons that do more damage. You have pistols that have reload stats, weapon damage. You have it all. It's just not RPGified because of the combat mechanics. They didn't really work that well together. It just means instead of killing a guy in 5 hits, you'll kill him in 3 hits. And I mean that. That's how those games operated, combat-wise, and health and damage-wise. But playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and especially like the way that I play that game, no HUD, incredible. That's why I can compare it to Ghost of Tsushima, because I play that game with very little HUD as well, and it feels... You're not focusing on health bars and stuff. You're just focusing on the combat. You're focusing on the enemy hitting you and your parry times and your dodge times, and everything just feels so fluid and so good. So I'm applying that logic to what a Black Flag could look like nowadays. So, but I don't know. And DeMarco, you haven't played any of the new ones, so you don't know how the combat feels in comparison.
No, I mean, I haven't played any of the new ones. I know when I saw like they got rid of the one-hit stab stuff, and like that just annoyed me. It annoys me.
It's not immersive, ironically.
Yeah, I don't like that part. I don't like. It annoys me. I don't know why, but this thing in a lot of games where you walk up to a chest and it does a null animation and it opens, and then you just get like some things on the side of the screen that goes like ching, ching,
Yep.
ching.
The little
that shows,
squares
like,
with
what
colors.
you get.
Yeah.
It feels like a live service.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
I don't know what it. I hate that. I hate it.
I do too.
Versus, I would rather go into a menu like a Skyrim, like a Fallout,
Exactly.
where you open the chest and here's a bunch of things. I don't know what it is. I think part of it is because it feels more RNG when it's done. And Skyrim's chests, a lot of them are random. Like, almost all of them are randomized. It's like, okay, you'll get something that's this level loot, right? But it still procedurally places things in it. And then you look at what happens with Assassin's Creed or some other games like that, and it feels like it's just completely random. And I don't know, maybe also because there's no real like there's the buying and selling systems in those games is not usually the priority, like the economy of them. So you get all this random crap and you're just like, all right, sell. I don't know. I would need to spend some introspective time analyzing why I just do not like them so much.
It's so funny,
but
like it's such a like not mundane. It's such like a old school way. Like whenever you open up a chest and nothing is special, you have these little icons, right? You have a little sword here. Like, what's that? You have this little cloth, something like what is that? But then you go and look at it, and it's like, this is the dagger of the third fire god from the demon, and you're like, what the fuck? But the game wasn't like, boom, legendary weapon, boom, and then flames shooting out of the fucking box and shit like that. And it feels more like you discovered it yourself, and you got like really like, this is an adventure. I could tell. Same thing with the Stalker games. Stalker does the same thing. You climb up you see, is that a bag hanging up there? There's no indication. There's no like sound, like whoa, like like leading you to the location, and it's just a bag that another stalker left there, and you open it up and there's like a 4x scope in a silencer, and you're like, oh my god, it's the best feeling in the world. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, so these things have turned me off from the recent Assassin's Creed games. I was never a fan of any of those RPG mechanics. I know that the recent ones have improved on that formula a lot, and at this point for me, it's just so late. They're up to Assassin's Creed what, 14? Technically, if you just numbered all of them.
I'd have to count. Hold on, give me a second.
It's over a dozen.
It's a lot,
right?
I think there's 16.
Pretty much, yeah.
16. So at this point, I just see. Okay,
No,
another.
let me count.
Another
I can actually look
Assassin's
right
Creed.
here.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
already
literally have a group. I don't know if you guys can see in my group that I'm going through on my Xbox, but I literally have an Assassin's Creed group. I have 12 here. Assassin's Creed 1, Ezio Trilogy, which is 4, then 3, Black Flag. So hang on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just let Assassin count.
Black Flag.
In the
So
background.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that I'm counting. And that doesn't include China, Russia, India, side scrollers. So there's like 20 fucking yeah.
So I have been scouring every app that I can. Literally everyone agrees, or everyone that I'm seeing agrees, every major change that they've made is perfectly fine. But the one complaint that I seem to see over and over again, bruh, RPG, like, people are legitimately saying, you're just remaking one of the best games in the franchise to introduce one of the worst elements of its recent games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy mother of God.
I mean,
Yeah,
and
but
I
at
hope
the
that they
same
do
token,
well.
at the same token, though, look, at the same
Like,
token,
blind
they've
nostalgia.
changed, and I think Jez Corden said this, but they changed the style for a reason, right? The old style was either getting old or fans were getting tired of it, and more importantly, they've stuck with it, right? So there wasn't enough of an outcry of people saying this is so terrible. They've tweaked it, right? They've tweaked the things that people complain about, but there wasn't so much of an outcry that they said, okay, we really need to go back and just try to make that other system better. I think I would love to see like an Arkham style combat system in them. That's just me.
It's kind of how it
in
used
the
to
recent
be.
games.
That's how
it used to be.
Yeah, that's
like
how
I
it used
said,
to
the
be.
colonial era.
It was
The colonial
like
era
I
for the
described.
most part had it.
Yeah, it was like press
It
Y
was
to
just- it was
counter in
different buttons for
Batman.
different
It was
things.
press B to counter and then choose kill, throw.
But it was a
tool.
lot more. It was a lot more linear. It wasn't as well developed. Like I remember.
No, it was not.
it is-
It was not free flow like Batman. No.
Well, linear in the sense of like once you kind of countered and you got I think like a 3-hit combo off or something, then you can literally just like dance around the map and go, you're dead, you're dead,
Yep.
you're dead,
Yeah,
block
yeah.
this, you're dead, you're dead. Yeah, and
Exactly.
so
Yep.
there wasn't, and all the enemies just kind of run at you and then wait and then they attack, right? So it's very
Right.
It's very 2012. Whatever
Yeah.
it is when that game came
Yeah, it
out.
was.
He
Yeah.
was about to say something like
Yeah,
2012.
2012.
I was gonna say 2006.
Well,
2007
like,
was
it's a
the
little
first
bit-
Assassin's Creed, but yeah.
yeah, 2007, yeah.
I just
I was
hope
like,
that
it's further than that.
whatever they plan on changing, that they still just stay true to what made it special. And it seems like, aside from the combat, which again, I love it. I love Shadow's combat because it feels like Ghost of Tsushima in the way, like whenever you parry, and again, I don't play with HUD, so I'm not seeing fucking stupid ass damage numbers floating in the air, and I don't see an enemy health bar above their head. I am literally playing it like this super immersed, just like Ghost of Tsushima has very little HUD in Ghost of Tsushima. In the combat, you're focused so much on the parrying feels really crunchy. Like I just parried this dude, and then you're getting in there, and then you kill someone in like 2 or 3 hits. Everything it does not feel grindy, like Odyssey did, like Origins did, even like Mirage took it a step in a really great direction, which is why I think a lot of people should remember what Mirage did in response to everyone wanting the combat to feel better. And Mirage had a much more heavy focus on the stealth aspect of it, and made combat more difficult. So you wanted to be stealthy because in these recent Assassin's Creed games, you can just take on 100 enemies. You were just, because you have armor with 500 plus DPS bonus to your weapon, and you have the sword of Zeus and the hammer of Thor, and you're dual wielding them literally. And you're just taking out, so like you're like, why would I stealth? Like oh, big deal if I get caught, who cares? But in Mirage, it really made you want to stay stealthy. And then once combat initiated, it was very much like you get hit a couple times, you're dead. But if you hit them a couple times, they're dead. You really, and it felt like a good mix, I guess. It wasn't as hack and slashy like the new ones, and it also wasn't as animation, like you hit a button and then, you know, like you were saying to Mark, like you hit a button. Sorry, my dog is losing his mind. You hit a button and then your character is just like, you can just like set your controller down and your character's like, and just effing up the enemy without you having to press anything. So I'm hoping that's what they'll do with Black Flag.
To get my point across, right, I sent you one of the quote retweets to the hidden one.
Okay.
In the DMs on Twitter. If you want, you could just take a look at it real quick, because I actually have a question.
Let me see if I can bring it up here. Let me bring that some bitch up right there. All right.
You have a question for me?
Yes.
Okay.
What am I looking at?
I know how much. Actually, hold on.
What am I looking at?
No, wait a minute. I think I know the answer to the question. Never mind.
Let's see if you do.
Okay.
Maybe.
What would it take for you to actually play one of the modern Assassin's Creed games? Is it like a difference in UI? Is it just what would it take?
I think that they would need to redo the combat system so it's not really health bar based, and I know you could turn those elements off, but and maybe it works really well with them off, but usually those games are designed with sort of having that up in mind, and just from a game design perspective, when you include health bars, that's kind of pivotal to how the combat ebbs and flows. I think what I would need to see from Assassin's Creed to say, hey, I'm going to try this out, is if it went to a system where they could still have RPG mechanics in it, but if it went to a system like Arkham, and that's not to say that it needs to have a free flow system. However, one of the things that I really love about those games is, and part of what I didn't like about, for example, Gotham Knights, is that the enemies don't have health bars. You know, they still have a built-in health system, right? They could take this many hits.
But you can't tell how many punches you need to hit them more to knock them out.
No, and on top of that too, it offers, I think the one strength is it's not just, maybe the modern Assassin's Creed games aren't like this, but it's not just sort of, hey, this guy is a big dude, so he takes more hits to take down. You can't just, and this guy's a normal dude, so he takes a normal amount of hits. When you play the Arkham games,
it's like a special ability, so you
this
really
guy,
have to.
Yeah, the Arkham games is, this guy has a shield, you need to do an air attack. This guy has a baton, you can't attack him from the front. This guy has knives, you have to, you need to sort of cape stun him and then go in, right? There's all these different ways that you need to approach a combat situation based on what variety of enemies there are. So if you take those two aspects, remove the health bars, and make it a system that's intended to be in the background, and you also enhance the combat variety, then I think I would be able to have more fun with it, personally.
Yeah, and there
so
are
basically
like
you just
some
wanted to go
of the
back to
systems.
basics.
Yeah, because I was gonna say the older
Kind
games
of,
did have that a
yeah.
little bit, like where like the big enemies you can't just attack because they'll just like grab your arm. If you remember that, you go to attack them and they're just
Yeah,
like
yeah, and then they'll toss
they'll
it.
just like throw you. So you have to like do a break defense type attack. Yeah, I agree. I would love for them to switch it up a little bit more, just to make it feel more special. But the
And
other
I
stuff,
think there's a way that they can evolve on. They don't need to even for a Black Flag. Again, the amount of players that have grown with the modern Assassin's Creed games, the fan base has probably grown so exponentially since Black Flag that they're realistically making the right decision. I think a lot of people who only know Assassin's Creed based on these modern games, if they went and they played just a pure tried and true remaster, they would go, what is this? This is terrible. Right? So I genuinely do think for their current fan base, they're making the right move. But I do think somewhere there is an opportunity for Assassin's Creed to look back at that old formula and evolve on it. Again, I'm repeating myself, but the free flow system is where my mind goes, is something that would work beautifully for that franchise. But they could look to that and say, how can we evolve that old system and make it more than just 3 prompts: break, block, stab, and kick, or that's really what the old Assassin's Creed games were.
There's a lot to be. I think my biggest thing is just I hope that they make the combat feel more like Mirage, and I love Shadows, but like mix those two things together, just make it more meaningful. Like you said, get rid of the health bars. Let the stuff be in the background. I love it. Because, like, you're always going to have stat differences, but, like, I don't need to see them. Don't RPGify everything, Let me be in the world. But anyway, the other details about the game seem to be pretty positive. The map is not bigger, but islands will be filled with more activities and side content, which is great because you'll, like, sail up to an island and there's just, like, a chest and like a couple ocelots that you have to skin, and that's it. I would like to see just more stuff, just a more living world. I think more games and more. If you're going to be an RPG, I think more RPGs need that. It's going to include cut content from the original, like parts of Mary Reed's storyline that were dropped, which is his girlfriend, right? Like he's the one that said he would come back, I believe, to her in the beginning of the game. Let's see, it's not the same big budget remake level as Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill 2, but more faithful reimagining with updates, which is good to know. It uses Ubisoft's new Anvil pipeline engine, which is great because that engine is really, really, really good engine. It's really solid in my experience. It's always been really solid. Great performance mode, great quality mode. When you're in quality mode, you're locked at like 35 to 45 frames or whatever the standard is. I never see any drops in any department. I'm
gonna stop you right there for just a second. Like, I know I've played Shadows. I know how good that engine feels based on the 27 hours I put into Shadows. Wow, I didn't realize I put that much.
Oh.
But my brother in Christ, if you're gonna remake one of the best Assassin's Creed games of all time, and I know this is probably gonna be a hot take, but couldn't you have remade that game on the Snowdrop engine instead? Like, we know how good that game engine is too. Like, imagine, Red. Like, imagine it. Like Assassin's Creed Black Flag on the Snowdrop.
Well, yeah, I think it would look great.
You can't tell me that wouldn't be a good-looking game too.
I think it would look great, but
well
dude,
too, performance-wise.
look at all the other Assassin's Creed games built on the Anvil engine. I have more screenshots in Valhalla and Odyssey than I have in any other game besides Mass Effect. Those are still the best. Breakpoint, dude, they're the best-looking games with the most incredible draw distance while maintaining fidelity. It's insane what the Anvil engine does. And I'm just saying that if you're going to make an Assassin's Creed game, this is what a lot of the developers are used to building Assassin's Creed games on. So moving from one engine to another just for a graphical boost. No, I know. And it would look amazing, but I'm just saying they both look amazing in their own right, but they both have their own technical whatnots. Anyway, Release window currently targeted for early 2026, likely March, I would hope it would be March before GTA. Yeah.
No.
Stay away.
No.
Stay away from that.
No, Red. No. I'm not saying from GTA. Do not, and I'm talking to Ubisoft. Do not put this remake of Black Flag right in between Resident Evil Requiem and 007 First Light. Don't do that. Please don't.
Oh yeah,
let those games shine, please. Yes. Literally, those two games are a month apart.
Yeah.
They're legitimately a month apart. Do not put this remake in between them. And for one, it's just gonna take attention away from the other two. And Black Flag is the type of game that can wait. That's more like a holiday game to me. But yeah, anyway, go ahead and keep going. Don't do that.
They're different. One's like a social stealth sim, like Hitman, and one's a stealthy stealth pirate game. I think that they can both, reside in the same bird's nest, if you will. Cypher, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Thank you so much. Hello there, buddies. Very nice evening to you all. Really appreciate you being here, man, at the end of the show. Hope you catch us on the replay. Save this to your playlist. Please. Hit the like button if you don't mind. That would be great. Thank you. Arcane says they're big enough frames to be successful close to one another. I agree with Red for once. Yeah, there you go. This is the first time.
I have to slightly disagree. Resident Evil is in a much bigger place than Assassin's Creed is currently. So I'm just saying.
Okay. Also, they are going to be reusing assets from Skull and Bones to cut cost, which that makes sense. Because Skull and Bones was originally a Assassin's Creed spin-off multiplayer game, and then they took 9 fucking years to make it. And anyway, but yeah, that's it. That's it. Skull and Bones is apparently bringing ground combat. I don't know. Have you guys seen Crosswind? Did you guys see the gameplay for Crosswind? I've had this game on Keymailer wishlisted for a long time, and it is like it's Sea of Thieves, third person, but with like the crafting and the survival mechanics. It has like a 20-minute gameplay. It has like a 20-minute gameplay video on IGN. It's really great. Got me really excited about it because it's got like RPG mechanics and whatnot. Looks really cool.
Thank you, Jacob Tupac.
I know it's not the same genre, but I don't want COD and Titanfall and Battlefield. Well, those are all in the same genre. That's why you said it's not the same genre. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. But the point is, when you have that many AAA games in the same time frame, something is going to get pushed to the side.
For sure. Yeah.
And we want all games to be successful, regardless if they're separate genres or not. That's probably the main reason why Metal Gear and Shinobi and Hell is Us and all these games that we're playing right now, that's probably the only reason that they're surviving, even though they release in the same week, because they are different genres.
Yeah.
Maybe it's actually a saving grace. But still, they're big franchises. Something's gonna get pushed to the wayside.
Yeah. 100%. Shit. But yeah, Crosswind, Game of the Year. I'll play that over Assassin's Creed Black Flag is what I'm trying to say. And no, just kidding. Monad, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. Sorry, I didn't see. Don't forget, Hex should be at the end of next year too. Yeah. There's a lot of Assassin's Creed games coming. That one's set in the Salem witch trials, I believe. Yeah.
I think it's actually set during. I can't remember if it's set during the Salem witch trials or maybe the persecution of the French witch. I don't remember. It has something to do with
the persecution of the wrench. A Toy Story. The persecution of Mr. Wrench.
Cypher, watch the Splinter Cell Netflix trailer.
Oh yeah. I watched it. Liv Schreier is great. I mean, he should just be the live action. Or, sorry, he should be Sam Fisher's voice in the next game if they're going to do that. Because he's got a great voice. I think he can nail it. But yeah.
Let's see how well the remake sells first.
Yeah. God, I can't even. Anyway. But yeah, yeah, that's all we got for today, for tonight. It kind of flew by. It's not the less amount of actual topics we have, the better, because then we just sort of hang out, talk about random stuff, and go on multiple tangents, which is wonderful because I have to do timestamps, and I will do those immediately. But for anyone joining late, just save us on your playlist on YouTube, hit the like button, and yeah, thank you all so much for being here. DeMarco, what do you got going on? You have a video out right now on your channel.
Yes, please show it some love. Let YouTube know that I can do other things besides talk about Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
I have a review for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. If you don't mind, go check it out. Just leave it on in the background, even if you don't watch it. Just play it. Let it go play through. Because what hurts the most, actually, is watch time is a huge factor. So, like,
Yeah.
at the moment, that video is, I think, 11 minutes. It has a 3-minute average watch duration.
Yep.
Sometimes people think they're helping because they like, oh, I clicked on the video and I went and left a like, and then, you know, they kind of bounce from it.
Turn it on, let it play. If you don't want to see the whole thing, that's what I do. That's what I always do with like your videos, Colt's videos, Arcane's videos. That's what I do. Holly's videos. That's what I do. I turn it on and I just like let it play. I listen to it if I can't watch it. It helps a lot because retention is big.
That's what I do with your vids, Red.
Yeah, because most of the time I'm just talking.
Put out a Starfield video, I just leave it. I just leave it on, then I go to another room and I just listen to my music.
Yeah, like there are certain videos that you can listen to that are more about explaining and more like my mod videos. You want to watch those because there's a visual representation there that I have like put time and effort into like trying to like showcase things. But if it is like informational stuff, just listen to it. It helps either way. So yeah, go give a watch or a listen to DeMarco's video. His link is in the description below. Also,
BT Maverick.
Tell him about your podcast.
It'll be my love-making soundtrack tonight.
What the fuck? Bella Ramsey as Sam Fisher. Oh, Bella.
Anyway, yes, you can also stop by for extra DeMarco content. You can stop by Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a nice quick. I've been keeping it to around an hour, so it's just a little bit above that sometimes. So it's nice and quick and digestible. Myself and Holly, if you miss Holly being on the show, you could come join that. It'll be very appreciated to and I know a lot of you do. So thank you for those of you that do come by. It's always nice when people are hanging out, having fun.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Our hobby is about positivity, escapism, and fun, feeling good. That's what it's all about. So that's where you want to go. Thursday, 6:30 at DeMarco's channel in the description below. And yeah, Assassin, tell them who you are.
My name is Assassin. I'm not a content creator like these two guys. So I mainly browse Twitter when I'm not working or not playing. Just delivering good old-fashioned video game hot takes, or just takes in general. If that interests you at all, the link is in the description down below. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. By the way, I always find it hilarious whenever I watch DeMarco and Holly on his podcast. I just stay there for like 20 seconds. I gift him like 5 subs, and I'm like, hey, here you go. Now goodbye.
It's support. It's support.
He's just like, oh, hi and bye.
Yeah,
I'm like, don't say that I don't support. Then I just leave.
You are very supportive, and thank you for all the gifted memberships here and on DeMarco's and everything that you do for Xbox Era, because you do a lot for the community. So I cannot.
No, I don't.
I cannot. Well, I'll open a grand benefactor tier just for you right now, if you want to go ahead and join that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so go check out everyone and their socials down below. You can find me on Twitter, Red Wolf Renegade on Twitter, on X, Twitter, whatever. The link is in the description if you want to follow me there. I don't do much, but that's where I'm at. But thank you guys so much for being here, and be sure to hit the like button on your way out. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.